What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We took a little break from it, but we are finally back here with a prospect draft lottery rebuild, and here we are at pick number 7 with my personal favorite team, the Portland Trailblazers, which they also have 14, by the way, from the Golden State Warriors. So when it comes to who the Portland Trailblazers are going to draft at number 7, obviously we really don't know how this draft order is going to go. We don't have a consensus number 1 really whatsoever. You know, people assume it's going to be Alex Sarr. We don't have a consensus 2 and 3 like we've had in past years' drafts, so it's really up in the air what happens here at 7, but today we're going to be doing a Ron Holland Portland Trailblazers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So I already went ahead and filled out the coaching staff, so that's all fixed there, which is great. So Chauncey Billups is probably going to be here for one more season, I assume, and then both parties will part way. I assume that's what's going to happen in real life, but I guess we'll see what happens. But when it comes to the Portland Trailblazers, obviously the biggest thing for this future is what are Scoot and Sharpe going to be? Are they going to be a dynamic backcourt? Are either one of them going to be stars? Are both of them going to be stars? It's definitely up in the air for sure. Shaedon Sharpe has showed a lot of promise. He has been injured quite a bit as well. Missed a lot of time last year. Scoot Henderson, on the other hand, of course, was highly touted prospect. Everyone thought he was the consensus number 2 guy, would be the number 1 and most drafts if Wembanyama didn't exist, and his rookie year was very up and down. I think he finished pretty well, so I assume he can build off that and be better next year. So hopefully that ends up working out. But yeah, so the biggest thing is making Scoot and Sharpe work. So with pick number 7, I know Ron Holland is a guy that needs a lot of work on the offense side of the ball, but defensively, as far as shooting is concerned, for Ron Holland, not a consistent shooter, but defensively, I think he's pretty good from what I hear. I haven't watched Ron Holland whatsoever, by the way. I have not watched any G League Ignite games at all. But, so just full transparency. But let's go to draft night, and let's see if he'll even fall to us at 7 naturally, or am I going to have to force him onto the Blazers? So, again, we have 7 and 14 from the Golden State Warriors after the missed playoffs, and we have a couple seconds as well. So let's go ahead, jump straight into things, and let's see what we can find out here at pick 7. Actually, let's see how the draft order goes. So, number 1 is going to be Alex Sarr. You know, kind of who we think the Hawks will take is Alex Sarr. Kyle Filipowski goes 2 to the Wizards. That is a surprise. Number 3 is Isaiah Collier to the Rockets. Okay. Number 4 is Montes Vazelis to the Spurs. Number 5 is Ron Holland. So there goes our guy. Number 6 is Stephon Castle. And then number 7, we still have like Nikola Topic on the board, Cody Williams, Donovan Clingan. So a lot of good options here. So the Pistons took Ron Holland. So who should the Pistons actually have taken? Nikola, maybe not. Maybe they like Jacoby Walter. Actually, Zachary Ricochet would make a lot of sense. We already did a video on him, which is why I'm not going to keep him. So Zach Ricochet for the Pistons, I think, would have made some sense. So now we can go to 14 and see who's still available. So Donovan Clingan is still here. We have Bronny James. We can get, draft Bronny, get LeBron here. Just kidding. Okay, so did Tijon Salon go? Because I know a lot of Blazers fans want him, and he has not gone yet. So I think we're going to go ahead and take Tijon Salon here at number 14. So I'm going to take him here and feel pretty good about that. So that is our draft. So we got to get Ron Holland on this team. We walk away. Oh, I probably should have done the second round picks too. My bad. All good though. Montes Vazelis is on the Spurs, and then Ron Holland is going to be traded here just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. We got Mr. Grant Nelson and Sean Stewart, 2 really trash second round picks, to be honest with you. Can I sign 2 ways? No, I'm not going to worry about signing them, to be honest. So Tijon Salon, and then we'll go get Ron Holland, and then we can go from there. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you play on apps such as Prize Picks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so clutch at finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. I absolutely use it every single day. For example, there's not a lot of, basketball is almost over. We're really getting down to the nitty gritty, but right now, under 7.5 rebounds is heavily favored on Anthony Edwards. Every single book is heavily favoring the under here, and the reason why this is profitable long term, because I guarantee you sometime today this will be bumped to 7 or removed off the board completely, or bumped down to 6.5 or whatever it may be. That's how Prize Picks works. They adjust their lines across, or comparing it to sports books, and then you have like Brady Singer over 5.5 strikeouts. Every book's favoring the over there. Zach Gallen over 5.5 strikeouts. What else we got? You got Mike Conley favored under 21.5. So look at that. We found all those plays within 2 seconds. I don't need to go in here and act like... So when it comes to me, I don't wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to go play this today. I actually let the optimizers determine what I'm going to be plugging and playing on Prize Picks. And they also have another tool, which is really cool. It's called the AI Slip Generator. So basically what this does is, this tool is quite expensive. So this is only for like the hardcore people. But basically, it sometimes just generates slips for you. And you can copy this slip with a click of a button. It's that simple. Very, very cool. So I'm not going to play this personally, but yeah, it's actually really, really cool. So if you want to check this out, links are down in the description below. Of course, like I said, I use it on apps such as PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a DFS app that allows you to choose between 2 to 6 players, all kinds of sports to choose from. And they have a free square on Dustin Poirier at the moment. So make sure to check this out. Make sure to take advantage of that free square. Links down in the description below. Like I said, use code Crushables on the optimizer. 25% off first month. And if you really want the AI slip generator, which, like I said, is a little pricey, but if you're hardcore like that and you can afford it, it's a really, cool tool. It's up like, let's see, it's up like 1,100 units since the birth of it. So since August 18th, up 1,100 units. So it really works. But make sure to check it out. Links down in the description below. They match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 in PrizePicks, and then 25% off first month on DGF when you use code Crushables on both sides. Other than that, talked enough. Let's get back to the video. So now that Holland is on the Portland Trailblazers, we have a Sharpe team option and a Delano Banton team option. I imagine the Blazers accept both of these, especially Sharpe. And then qualifying offers, Ibu Baji, Justin Minaya, and Ashton Higgins. We'll go ahead and not worry about them too much. All right, so free agency. We have no important free agents to worry about. I know one problem for the Portland Trailblazers this offseason. I'm pretty sure that they're in the luxury tax when they're a rebuilding team, which is honestly terrible. Look at that. $180 million is committed to this team right now, which is just it's just so dumb. Like, how on earth are we in the luxury tax when we're a rebuilding team? Well, I know why we are. It's just like, I can't even fathom that. It just sounds so stupid to even think about. But obviously, there are some things we need to do here. We need to trade Malcolm Brogdon away. We could potentially even trade Robert Williams away. The man could not stay healthy whatsoever. DeAndre Ayton's probably going to stay. I would love to trade Jeremy Grant as well if possible. So yeah, it's probably how we're going to get out of some money right here. So let's go ahead and get started with the Brogdon trade, who will be the easiest one to move. An expiring point guard. I do believe there will be a little bit of value on him. Maybe not like a, unprotected first or whatever, but I don't know. So Paul Reed in a first round pick comes back from the 76ers. That would be my favorite trade so far. We've only seen one though. I do not want Drew Holiday's contract, and I don't think the Celtics want Brogdon and Robert Williams. We could literally just do the reverse trade. That'd be kind of funny. Bones Allen, Terrence Mann, Capella in the first, Calvin Martin, Duncan Robinson. Let's keep looking. Walker Kessler, Gafford, Raptors. I mean, I guess the Raptors could be weird. I know the Spurs need a point guard, but I'm not sure if Brogdon's the answer. All right, so I think we do this with the 76ers. Honestly, I would be okay with just taking the first, low key. That is a Clippers unprotected. I think that's a little crazy. So I'm going to take the 2026 off of them instead. So they get Brogdon absorbed into their cap space. They should accept that. So Brogdon is a 76er. We'll take that all day. So Brogdon to Philadelphia. Should they waste their cap space on Brogdon? Probably not, but that's not my problem today. So Jeremy Grant, another guy I also want to move if possible. Apparently he hasn't played a game. I forget what month it is. I think it's April, where he hasn't played a game in April for like 3 years or something like that, which is kind of crazy to think about. But let's go ahead and see if we can flip Jeremy Grant right now. I know people say his contract's terrible, and don't get me wrong, it's not great, but I do believe with a new CBA, or not new CBA, with the salary cap going up, I do believe Grant would still be valued by some teams. It just depends on the situation. I feel like Cleveland would like a Jeremy Grant where we get Max Strus and LeVert, but I'm ideally looking for a first round pick if possible. So the Jazz want to give me John Collins on a first. If the Jazz want to be competitive next year, it would be interesting, but I'm not really sure the Jazz should be going for Jeremy Grant. Although a Grant marketing team sounds interesting for Evan Vliet. We trade Jabari Walker and get a first. Bradley Beal, I'm not taking Beal's contract. The Thunder, give me Casey Wallace in a first. I mean, I know the Thunder had Jeremy Grant once upon a time, but low-key, I kind of like this trade with the Jazz. Again, I don't really know if the Jazz should really be trying to be good, but it sounds like Danny Ainge made it sound like they're going to try to be good. So I think I am going to send Grant to the Jazz. We get John Collins and a first-round pick. I'll do that. So just like that, we have John Collins coming over. Okay, so we get off Jeremy Grant's contract and we get a first-round pick as well. So now we have John Collins at the center position. Robert Williams, as much as I like him, realistically speaking, the Blazers could try to play him next year, and that could make some sense. But if he gets hurt again, man, I don't know if you're going to excrete any value out of him. Obviously, he's not going to be worth much right now. But I am tempted to move him, not going to lie. Jet Howard. But I guess it has to make sense to do so. So for now, I'll just keep him. So we might just be running a weird rotation, but I guess it doesn't matter because we're kind of expected to be bad. We still have Anthony Simons as well. Matisse Thybulle, Murray's still here. Forgot about Thybulle. Let's get him out of here as well. So let's send, we're not done trading some of these veterans away. I'm trying to, this is the team I want in real life. I want the Blazers to just send everybody away. So the 76ers would take him back Georges Niang, the Clippers. I mean, yo, LA, if you want him for a second, he's yours. We'll do that. So Thibault is gone. He's to the Clippers. All right. So now we can fix this rotation how we see please. All right. So what we're going to do is I do want to start Ron Holland for this video. So we're going to move him to small forward. He doesn't go up. I thought he would. Damn. All right. So we're going to move him to small forward anyway. So we're going to move him to small forward. So we'll have Scoot, Anthony Simon, Shaedon Sharpe right now, Ron Holland, Chris Murray, Jabari Walker, Tamani Kamara, and Tijon Salon, and then DeAndre and John Collins, Robert Williams. This is going to be a very weird rotation, I'm going to be honest. But again, year number 1, it doesn't matter that much. We're not going to be looking to be like very good this first season. So yeah, I don't think it's really that important. So let's go to player progression though, and let's see. So we got out of the luxury tax, I believe, by trading those guys away, which is great. Ayton is up, Simons is up, Shaedon Sharpe is up, Robert Williams is up, Scoot is up, and then John Collins is up, Jabari Walker, Tamani Kamara, Chris Murray, all those guys are up, which is great. Round and repair down here is also up. So let's get to next season, shall we? Took a little bit to figure out what we're doing. This rotation is by far not done yet. But yeah, I'm not really sure how we're going to do this because I think Shaedon Sharpe's going to have to come off the bench, which I don't absolutely love, but we'll fix that as soon as we possibly can. Probably trading away Anthony Simons. As much as I like Anthony, I do think he's probably the odd man out here as far as this rebuild is concerned. 3.5 perimeter centric, and yeah, so this season, like I said, does not matter that much. They actually want Anthony, or no, they're going to start Sharpe at 3. I don't hate that. I do want to start Ron Holland though for today's video. I want to start Kamara as well, which is why it's kind of weird to start. So I'm going to start Ron Holland over, yeah, I'm going to do this. I want to start Tamani Kamara, but it's kind of hard to do so. So I'm going to start Ron Holland, but we're going to run with this for now. And as soon as we can trade Anthony out of here, I think that's when Ron Holland will get the nod to start again. So, but for now, he is going to get the starting, or not Ron Holland, sorry, Tamani Kamara will be able to start again. All right. I'll see you guys probably at the trade deadline. Maybe we trade Anthony there. I expect this team to be pretty bad still, but we'll see how year number 1 goes. Maybe this team surprises me. I have no idea. This team's rotation, though, needs some work because I don't want to play 3 centers in rotation right now, or, 2 centers off the bench, but we'll figure it out. So we are starting the trade deadline as I am going to try to send Anthony Simons out of here. The Spurs did not get their point guard. They did draft Reed Shepherd, so maybe he could be their point guard, obviously, which he probably could be. But I do believe Anthony Simons would be a really good pairing with Victor Wembanyama. I feel like I always trade Anthony to the Spurs, but I just love that fit so much. So John Wall, for some reason, is signed in 2024. Don't know why, but I need his contract in here for salary filler. He's never going to play a minute for us. But yeah, it's going to be weird to have John Wall on this team. Regardless, though, I'm just looking to get a first, maybe a couple, if I can get a first or a couple first. Chicago top to protected is very valuable. So let's say we get your unprotected. Oh, that one's valuable too. Let's say we get a Hawks pick in the future. So Anthony Simons for Zach Collins and 2 firsts. What do the Spurs say? They want Ryan Repair. They'll give me Dominic Barlow. I hate trading Ryan Repair in this scenario, but I'm not going to lie. He's probably not going to play a single minute today. He does not develop well in 2K, and we have a bunch of forwards in front of him at the moment. I do love Ryan Repair's ceiling in real life, for sure. Hopefully he can become something for the Blazers, but I'm okay with getting 2 firsts for Anthony. It does suck to trade Ryan Repair, like I said, but getting 2 firsts for Anthony at the trade deadline and fixing our rotation a little bit helps out a ton. Now, Zach Collins gives us another problem because we have another center coming in. But what I want to do is I want to see if I can ship off potentially John Collins and Robert Williams here as well. I don't know if I'll be able to. I also could just move Zach Collins to power forward, which I might just end up doing that. I don't know. So yeah, we'll probably end up moving to power forward. Welcome back, by the way, Zach Collins. You're back in Portland, which is great. Zach Collins. So after we got that fixed, so let's see what this rotation looks like now. So now it's Scoot, Shaedon Sharpe, which is what I wanted as our backcourt. Chris Murray is our starting small forward, which I absolutely hate. Zach Collins, DeAndre, and John Collins, Robert Williams, Jabari Walker, Tamani Kamara. So many bigs. Of course, we're going to run a 9-minute rotation because we do not want John Wall playing minutes at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to start Kamara. And then is Ron Holland out of the rotation completely? Oh, yeah, definitely not doing that either. So I'm going to put Tamani Kamara at the power forward spot. And then we're going to put Ron Holland at the 3 spot. So we'll do something like this. It's still a very ugly rotation, but it does not matter. This team sucks anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to worry about. So I'll give Zach Collins some minutes down here. Yeah, too many, bro. We have so many bigs come up. We gotta trade one of them. There's too many bigs come off the bench. We gotta trade one of these guys. Okay. So I know I just fixed the rotation, but we gotta trade one. Robert Williams, what are you doing this year? 6 points, 6 rebounds. If someone gives me a couple seconds, I'll trade him out. I will, because I don't know if Robert Williams is worth the first anymore, unfortunately, just with his injury history. So Paul Reed in a second. That doesn't solve my big man log jam at all. Bible, not bringing him back. Obviously, Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson's contract is expiring. And the Miami Heat want to give me a first-round pick. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Might have to do that. Jonathan Isaac would need to play Russell Westbrook in a second. Would be weird to have Russell Westbrook and John Wall on the roster, but no. Let's do the first. Let's get a first from Miami. I don't know if Robert Williams will ever go for a first in real life anymore, but I guess if he has a healthy season, he definitely could. So I'm going to do this. Duncan Robinson is coming over, but his contract's expiring, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, so now we need to give 25 minutes to someone else, and we'll fix that in just a jiffy, but we are about to get this figured out slowly but surely. Okay, so rotation's still the same, or starting five still the same, and Robinson, we'll get these last few minutes here, so we'll give him like, 10 or whatever. We'll give, Tamari Kamara, DeAndre Ayton, Shaden Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, all the minutes in the world, so something like this to end off this season. We spent way too much time just trying to fix the logjam, but we finally have done that. Shot tendencies, by the way, I was curious of what it is. So Shaden Sharpe's is a 70. Let's push that up quite a bit. I need you to become a star here, my friend. So we'll do that. And then Scoots is a 79. Let's push that up as well. So something like that. And I'll see you guys finally at the end of year one after that logjam of a trade deadline. But we are off and moving now. So year number one, like I mentioned already, went really bad. We sucked, and that's kind of what's to be expected. We're going to fire Chauncey Billups this offseason, and we're going to get a good draft pick, and we'll have a good foundation going. But Ron Holland at 14, or 12, I should say. Not bad. John Collins, 11 points. I'm kind of hoping he declines his player option, by the way, but we'll see what happens with him. Let's go ahead and see who wins the championship. We weren't even close to the play-in, so let's just see who wins it all here, as you got OKC Minnesota as a series, which is fun. Minnesota gets some revenge on Dallas this time around. We'll see if Dallas is going to close it out tonight. It is game 5 tonight. Philadelphia beats the Timberwolves in 6 games, or 7, I should say. LeBron retires in Orlando. Very interesting. All right. Lottery time, obviously very important because, this is where it all starts for us. Hopefully we can get a good lottery pick. So we are projected Charlotte's pick. We just got, which I believe is protected somehow. Then our pick is in the top 3, which is also protected, which is great. So let's see if we get number 1. Obviously getting Cooper Flag would be a dream scenario. We get 2. Damn. Number 2. So Chicago, could you take Dylan Harper? Because we can walk away with Ace Bailey, though, here in this draft as well. And then Charlotte kept their pick. So, staff signing, let's take a look. So, Chauncey is gone, or he's going to be. So, we're going to fire Chauncey now. He is a gone man. All right, so who do I want to lead this rebuild now is the question. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, the options are pretty much, you have Jason Kidd, Joe Mazzulla, Mark Daigneault, Billy Donovan, Taylor Jenkins, Frank Vogel. Give me Taylor Jenkins. Give me Taylor Jenkins here. So Taylor Jenkins is going to be the new head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. And then let's get a guard guru. And then we are going to be off and running. So we have the number 2 overall pick, which is great. I kind of hope that the Bulls take Dylan Harper or something. But hey, if they don't, and Cooper Flag goes, you guys know we could take Ace Bailey because we're not taking Dylan Harper. We're not taking Dylan Harper, unfortunately. So number 2. All right. So John Collins, we don't know what he's going to do with his option. Robinson, we're going to decline. Barry Walker, we extended. Zach Collins is still here as well. We'll figure it out. Let's jump in and just see what happens in the draft. So number 1 is going to be Cooper Flag, as expected. So you guys know at number 2, we're going to be taking Ace Bailey here. So Ace Bailey, welcome to the Portland Trailblazers. Home run pick. Love to see that. So Dylan Harper would have been cool as well, but, we don't need a point guard. So Ace Bailey, welcome to Portland. Love that pick for us. And player options. John Collins does decline, which is great. So we get off his contract entirely. So we got that first round pick and got off Jeremy Grant's contract successfully. Love that. Robinson, we're declining, and Duop Reith, we can decline. So we'll do that. Chris Murray, we'll accept. Shaden Sharpe, Scoot. We'll accept all those. Qualifying offers, Dominic Barlow. Not too worried about him. He wasn't really a big part of that trade. But free agency. Duncan Robinson, not re-signing, obviously. And it looks like we have some cap space. Not that I'm going to use it necessarily, but John Wall, still very weird that he's here, but whatever. He's here for now. So Scoot and Sharpe. End off with, I think I looked at it, but it wasn't anything spectacular. So Scoot averaged 19. Okay. Sharpe averaged 19, and then Scoot averaged 17. Okay. All right. So let's take a look what we got going on. So point guard, shooting guard rotation, we don't have right now. We have Ace Bailey, Ron Holland, and then Chris Murray. So obviously Chris Murray, not very high on him. So don't think I'll ever turn him in anything. But now Zach Collins could be our backup center, which is fine. So for this season, he can be our backup 5 this year. So he'll back up DeAndre Ayton. I don't know if I like DeAndre Ayton's future here, like entirely, but he is an 87 overall center right now. So I guess we got to leave him. And then so we have Barry Walker, Tamani Kamara, and Tijan Salon, who just came out of the G League. So we'll see how much he develops. And then Ron Holland, as much as I hate to put him on the bench, we just drafted Ace Bailey. But I guess I could start him at power forward technically. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But let's sign a guard because we definitely don't have a guard rotation going right now. And then this season is going to be all about how good are our young guys? Like, are Scoot and Sharpe going to be able to lead us anywhere? So John Wall is a good vet, I guess, to have in the building at the moment. But as far as guards are concerned that we could bring in to be some backups, we bring in like Melton, Quentin Grimes, Isaiah Joe. Give me Isaiah Joe on a home run of a contract. So we'll sign Isaiah Joe, take him from the Thunder. So we'll sign Isaiah Joe, and then backup point guard that we want to bring in. Is there anybody that sticks out to me? We could bring in Davion Mitchell, who is a good perimeter defender off the bench. We'll do that. So Davion Mitchell and Mr. Also Isaiah Joe. Not bad. I like that. So have a rotation fully complete. Let's go to player progression, and let's find out what we have in Scoot and Sharpe going into next season, because these guys are going to be the leaders here. So 85 respectfully. Ron Holland's up to an 80, which is great. So maybe he will still start. Davion Mitchell 79, Chris Murray 78, Jabari Walker, Tamani Kamara, all developing, which is great. And Tijon Salon's up to 78 as well. Yeah, we got a forward log jam. Maybe I shouldn't have extended Jabari Walker. Maybe Jabari Walker wasn't necessary to keep. I didn't realize that Tijon Salon would develop that good, which is great because I want him to. But now we have a little bit of a forward problem, which is something the Blazers have never had. So it's probably a good problem to have. But let's go into next season, and let's see what this rotation is going to look like. What does 2K want to run? And then let's see what we want to run. So going into next season, I know Ace Bailey is probably a starter because I assume they'll want to start him. But so yeah, Ace Bailey and Jabari Walker is our starters right now. But I do want to start Ron Holland, to be honest with you, because he is, he's the theme of the video. So what we're going to do is we are going to start Ron Holland still. So Ron Holland is going to move to power forward. Hopefully he does not go down, which is great. So Ron Holland's going to move to power forward. So we'll have him play power forward. He's going to start. So it'll be Ron Holland and Ace Bailey starting, which I love. So that's great. DeAndre, Zach Collins, Davion Mitchell, Tijon Salon, Tamani Kamara, Jabari Walker. I think we run a 9-man rotation, and that kicks Jabari Walker out of the rotation, unfortunately. But he'll be a good reserve to have when we need him. And then we can move, I think both of them are listed at, let's see. So I bet if I move Kamara to small forward, he'd go up. He does not. Wow, I'm surprised. Salon goes up to an 81. That makes things interesting, so we'll do that. So I think he'll still come off the bench. Yeah, but he'll get more minutes. All right, so we're going to run this. Scoot, Sharpe, Ace Bailey, Ron Holland, DeAndre, Tijon Salon, Zach Collins, Davion Mitchell, and Tamani Kamara. I feel like this team could make some noise. I really do. Shot tendencies, once again, Scoot and Sharpe's really high, which is great. Ron Holland's is an 82, which I don't hate. And then Ace Bailey's is a 40. Damn, that's a low shot tendency. I'm going to push that up a little bit. I think that's a little too low for my liking, so we'll go something like that. But I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Kind of hoping we can make some noise and maybe push for the play-in. We'll see if we can do that. The end of year 2, Anthony Edwards MVP, flag rookie of the year on the Bulls. Nikola goes to the Thunder. Wembanyama defensive player. Alex Armo most improved, and Edwards clutch player of the year as well. So on NBA first team, I doubt we get a Blazers representative here or anything like that. But all rookie team, we do get Ace Bailey, which is great. Averaged 11, not too bad. All right. So we ended up as a play-in team. Despite being really, really bad, the West must have been horrible because we were 35 and 47 and still ended up as a play-in team. As you can see, the West was just terrible. So not bad. Let's take a look at the player stats. We had 26 from Sharpe, which is what we want. We want him to be the guy going forward. Scoot with 20. We'd love to see his assists come up a little bit, but Aiden with 15 and 9. When it comes to DeAndre Aiden, I did have the ability to extend him, but he still wanted $32 million. I don't believe Aiden is worth that, to be honest with you, which is why I passed on giving him an extension. I would low-key love to get a more defensive-minded center here because I don't think we need his offense as much as we need better defense here, which is kind of what I'm looking for. But can we get past the Lakers here? I don't even know what they have at this point. So let's see. They have Russell, Reeves, OG, Tobias, and okay, pretty solid team. I think there's a chance we lose this. Do we beat them? No. Do we get in the playoffs? No, we get eliminated. Okay, so the Warriors eliminated us. Now we can go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship. So it's probably the Thunder, right? No, the Timberwolves beat them again, and the Timberwolves are back, and they're going to win another one. Okay. Edwards is just doing his thing right now. Let's go to draft lottery. We're going to have another lottery pick here, which is great. So I know it's going to say it's going to Chicago, and we have Atlanta's pick from, I think, that Anthony trade, which is nice. So let's see if we get lucky. Maybe Atlanta's pick can jump up again. No, the Thunder get one. So it says the Bulls have our pick, but as you guys know, or most of you should know, we have Charlotte's pick as well. So we have 3 firsts in this draft. And low-key, I'm going to be honest with you, 4 firsts. Wow. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to draft 4 rookies. I don't. So we could either, choose to move up, or we could try to package these picks and make an improvement on the team. And I think we've done a lot of work to where we have the luxury of doing anything we want. So as far as what I want is the question is, I want a new center. I don't want Aiden to be the guy going for him, to be honest with you. Although his overall is really good, we need someone who's more defensive minded, in my opinion. So I like my rotation as it is. I actually like Scoot, Sharpe, Ron Holland, Ace Bailey, Tijon Salon, Kamara. Like, our forwards situation is phenomenal. I love it. So it's really the center position I'm looking at. If we can get that center locked and loaded, figure out who we want, I think there's a chance that this team could be a playoff team next year. Maybe a contender. So after scanning the market to kind of figure out who we can get after having 4 firsts in this draft, we obviously could move up potentially if we wanted to just go ahead and go that route, which might be the best way to do things here and use our cap space to sign a center instead. So we could try to move up to get, like, I don't know. Is there a good center in this draft class necessarily? Because I don't really want to draft another forward. But the other option, we have like Keem. But yeah, I don't know if I really like any of these options. But the other option we could do is shoot for the moon here and just go for it right now, which I don't hate that option. Would be going to get Bam Adebayo. The Miami Heat suck. Jimmy Butler is long gone, so it would make sense for them potentially to turn themselves into a rebuilding team. So I'm looking at Bam right now. That would really force us into a win now situation. And I do believe that it's probably a good time to do so because we still have a bunch of guys under rookie contracts. So we can afford to pay Bam right now. So I think I'm going to go that route. I'm going to try to get Bam Adebayo from Miami. He'd be exactly the kind of center we need, as opposed to having Ayton here who's just going to, shoot mid ranges and all that. So I'm going to offer Jabari Walker to start this trade. So we'll send Jabari Walker, number 12 and number 13. And then I will offer number 27. I'll try to keep 21 out of the talks. And then is there anything else I can offer to them? I'm not offering Kamara. I'm not offering Isaiah Joe. I think we just plug and play Bam Adebayo. This team's going to be really good next year. So Jabari Walker and 2 lottery picks and 1 first. Would they accept this? They say no, which is fine. That's fair. This Cavaliers unprotected. And they agree. Okay, so it only took another first, and we got Bam Adebayo here in Portland now. So welcome in Bam Adebayo, and now we have pick 21, I believe, in this draft. So let's go see what we can get here. So we have Sid Gee, Caleb Wilson, Jaden Acquaintance, or however you say his name, JJ Starling. Give me Mr. Meek Thomas as a future backup guard for this team. So we'll take him, 73 overall, and we're very happy with that. So now we can accept all these, and we can pay Shaedon Sharpe, and then, try to go compete next year. So that's what we've done. Aiden, sorry, but you got to go. And then Shaedon Sharpe, we'll give a contract to right now. So Sharpe, we'll give him, the contract that he's, deserves. So we're not bringing back Aiden. We're probably not bringing back Zach Collins either. He wants a little too much money that I saw. So yeah, they're both gone. So now we can focus on getting a better backup 5. So now we have pretty much a backup in every position other than a center. So let's go take a look at what our options are. So Zach Collins is still the best option, and I thought he wanted a little bit more than I saw. Nick Richards wouldn't be bad either. Mo Wagner, Missy, who is also here after being on a team. He has not registered a single stat in the league yet. Zach Edey is here as well. All right, I think we just bring in the continuity of Zach Collins and call it a day. So we'll probably do like a 12. So like 212, or you get, 224, so 12 per year. So we'll do that, and that will be our successful offseason. So we bring in Bam Adebayo to prolong this thing and get this thing going. So let's go to player progression, or maybe not prolong. I mean, speed it up, I should say. Prolong is not the right term, but Shaedon Sharpe is up, Scoot is up, Ace Bailey is up, Salon's up to 82, Ron Holland is up. All of this is looking absolutely beautiful. Kind of unfortunate Tamari Kamara didn't go up even more, but I like the potential of this squad, man. I think this team is a sneaky contender, which is something I wouldn't have said because we have not made the playoffs. It's very rare where you go from a play-in terrible team, because we were under 500 last year. Keep that in mind. It's very rare when that happens, but I do believe we have put together the roster to potentially do so. Proficiency is a 4-star balance. Bam Adebayo comes in. It's going to be our defensive anchor with Ace Bailey, Ron Holland, Tijon Salon, Davion Mitchell, Zach Collins, and then Chris Murray. Not bad. I like this rotation. Let's go ahead. Simulate year. We're a 4-star balance now, right? Yeah, we are. So let's simulate this season, and let's see if this year is a year where we make the playoffs and potentially are a contender. So Luka Doncic wins MVP for the Golden State Warriors. Hugo Gonzalez, Rookie of the Year on the Pacers. Nikola Topic, 6-man Wemby Defensive Player. Ian Jackson, Most Improved. And Jalen Brunson, Clutch Player of the Year. And Jordy Fernandez is your Coach of the Year. Andrew Truman is your Executive. So here's your all-NBA first team. I doubt we have any Blazers, but it would be cool if we did. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. So all rookie first team, all rookie second team. But we ended up as a second seed in the Western Conference, which is awesome. This is where we wanted to be. So yeah, 29 from Shaedon Sharpe, 20 from Scoot, 17 from Bam, 13.5 from Ron Holland, and then 12 from Ace Bailey. 10 from Zach Collins, 8 from Tijon Salon, 5 and 5 from the rest of the guys. So I am going to go up to a straight man 8-man rotation in these playoffs. Let's shrink things quite a bit and let's run 8 guys only. So let's go ahead and see if we can maybe come out here and win a championship. We went from being a non-playoff team to a potential contender, depending on how we, play in these playoffs, but hopefully it ends up working out. We do get Houston in round 1, which they have a pretty solid team. So you never truly know until you get into it. But let's go ahead and see, as we are in an even series with the Rockets in the first round. So let's see if we can win game 5, though. This is in Portland. Would obviously love to win game 5. Game 5, majority of the time, who wins game 5 goes on to win the series. And it looks like we might have this, and we are going to beat them pretty nice. Oh, Shaedon Sharpe had 42 in that game, which is awesome. Okay. And now it's time for game 6, this time in H-Town. Let's see if we can come out here and beat them. They are going to potentially force a game 7 unless we get back in this, and we are going to a game 7. So lose by 4 in that one. Game 7 against the Rockets. Let's see if we can come out here and get to round 2. I hope so, because I didn't just trade for Bam to lose in round 1. At least I hope not. But we got a close game here, and we are going to lose, I think. Yep, we lost. All right. So we go from year number 1. We take a jump, and we get bounced as a 2nd seed. Not a great feeling whatsoever. 41 from Shaedon Sharpe. He did all that he could. Average 32 in the playoffs. It did not matter. We lose. So the Spurs beat... Oh, no, the Rockets came back on him, and the Rockets beat the Thunder. So I guess the team that made it to the finals and won the whole thing is the team that beat us in the first round. Maybe we can't be too discouraged by that. But yeah, kind of unfortunate drawing to run into them, obviously. It is what it is. Not much you can do about it. Bulls get 1. Our pick is finally going to go to the Bulls. It finally conveys after being lottery protected until like 2028 or something like that. So as much as I kind of want to just like, okay, Taylor Jenkins, you're out of here because of that result. There are some good options here, not going to lie, but I'll keep them. I think it was just a matter of running into the Rockets, unfortunately. I don't know if I'll be doing too much to change this team. I think it's going to be all about continuity. I think this team is going to continue to get better. Player progression wise, Scoot is a free agent, of course. So is Chris Murray. I'm honestly not too worried about re-signing Chris Murray, especially if he asks for like 14. Yeah, I'm not bringing him back. I'd rather bring back Kamara for much cheaper. So we are going to bring back Kamara for a lot cheaper, and we can renounce Chris Murray. I'm not bringing him back. So I know now Isaiah Joe, Davion Mitchell are both free agents. So we'll go ahead and get them here in just a second. So, or try to get one of them back at least. So Meek Thomas might develop into something, but yeah, I guess we can sign a shooting guard and then we could be good, hopefully. So I will sign Isaiah Joe back once again. And then if I can bring back Mitchell as well, I would, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me unless if he is here and is willing to sign. Okay, so we can bring him back. W. All right, so we're going to bring back Davion Mitchell as well. All right, so let's go to player progression. Roster did not change much whatsoever. I guess if there's one position I'd want to upgrade, it's probably my backup 5 spot. But let's see. Player progression. So, okay. So everyone's developing. Ace Bailey's in 88 now, which is great. 88 Scoot. 83, 83. So, like I said, one position, if I were to upgrade it, it would be the backup 5. So let's see if I can get a backup center. Meek Thomas even went up. Can I get a better backup 5? I'm not bringing back Nurkic. They are on Sharpe. Kevin Porter. AJ Griffin. Hood Schifino. Jalen Smith. Kyle Filipowski. Isaiah Jackson. Capella. Capella's 33, but he is kind of a dog in 2K. Do we want him is the question. Yeah, I'll do it. Capella, welcome. We'll get Josh as well, who's maybe a better prospect for us going forward than Meek Thomas, potentially. We'll do it. We'll take the upgrade the backup 5 this year, see if that makes a difference at all. Capella over Zach Collins, so I think, Capella in the sim is a lot better anyway. But yeah, hoping that this year is a championship type of year. Well, I guess we got to get our round 1 first. We haven't got our round 1 today, although we've only had one opportunity at it. But 4-star balance, and we will continue. Let's go to 9 rotation in, obviously, here. So, all right, so Kamara will get minutes, and boom. So we'll go ahead, simulate this season, hope for a good record, and I'll see you guys at the end of year, what is this, year 4 at this point, as we're off to a 5-1 start. Okay, so far so good. So another MVP season for Luka Doncic, but I believe we probably got Coach of the Year based off our record. At least I hope so, and we did. 66-16 on this season. Crystal Poole is your executive, aka your boy here. So yeah, I think the Capella edition helped out a ton. Having a backup 5 is so underrated, or a good one. It's so underrated in 2K. We had, the first seed in the Western Conference. If you take a look at the player stats, he had 29 from Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot's up to 22, Bam's up to 16, 16 from Ace Bailey, 15 from Ron Holland. All of this is looking phenomenal, but all that truly matters is we got to get out of round 1, man. Like, there's no excuses. We got out of round 1, especially as the first seed. We do draw the Pelicans in round 1, who have Bilal Coulibaly. They got Zion, Brandon Ingram, Aaron Bradshaw, Wagner, Herb Jones. So yeah, and Nas Reed, not to mention. A very tough matchup in round 1, which I don't love, but we do have the roster, I believe, to compete with the Pelicans, and hopefully we are able to beat them. And we're up 3-2. Can we beat them in 6? Yes, we can. Okay, so no sweating at game 7, which is awesome. All right, so now the Warriors or the Thunder are going to advance, and it is the Thunder, of course. Man, I would have, you know, Luka Doncic playing him isn't fun, but I would have loved to have beaten or to worry about the Warriors more than the Thunder. But we do get the Jazz. You know, their team is interesting. They got some good overalls, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like we can beat them, but let's see what happens. So we come around against them, and we are going to beat them in 5. So no sweat, and we don't draw the Thunder. Instead, we get the Timberwolves. Okay, so obviously, Anthony Edwards has been dominating in the simulation so far. So there's no guarantee that getting Anthony Edwards instead of the Thunder is a great thing, but I feel better about it. Weirdly, Jeremy Grant's their small forward, so full circle there. Can we beat Edwards? They're up 1-0. They beat us by 1. We evened it up, though. Can we get home court advantage back? We got to win 1 in Minnesota. We do. Okay. So now it is a best of 3 with us having home court advantage. So let's see if we can win game 5, as we should be able to. At least I hope so. This is a back and forth game. We got to steal it, though. Can't let them get away with this one, and they are going to steal game 5. Okay. We got to win game 6, 2 in a row. We can do it. We can do it. Let's come out here and just blow them out. Let's blow the doors off of them in game 6 and set the tone for game 7. We had a nice lead there for a second, and it looks like we are going to force a game 7. Okay. Game 7, this time in Portland. Let's make sure we run away with this one. Let's not even have to sweat a game 7. Let's just piss off all the NBA fans and just blow them out. But, okay, so it's looking okay. Can we come out here and it's looking good? I think we blew them out. Yes, exactly what I wanted. No sweat, and we are moving on to the finals, ladies and gentlemen. So Shaedon Sharpe is your finals MVP. Jalen Brunson is your conference finals MVP. This is our chance to win it all, though, man. We don't have to deal with the Thunder this year. The Knicks do have a good team, though. Not going to lie. They got DiVincenzo, Ian Jackson, Jalen Brunson, Randall. But I feel like our team is better. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. 3-0, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Boom! We end the video with a championship. Shaedon Sharpe is your finals MVP. We turned him into an absolute stud. I also believe it is his birthday today. That I just saw on Twitter. So happy birthday, Shaedon Sharpe. I know you're not going to watch this video and you're not watching this, but hey, we got you into a stud in 2K on your birthday and you got a finals MVP. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, can't wait to see the draft and all that. We got game 5 tonight against Dallas Timberwolves. So let's see how that goes. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.